Satyavrta offers prayers to Matsya. Sri Rajo Vacha Anadi Avidyopahatatma Samvidas Tanmul Sansar Parishramaturah Yadrachayopasтрayam Apnuyur Vimukti-dona Paramo Gurur Bhavan. Sri Raja Vacha, the king offered prayers as follows. Anadi, from time immemorial, avidya by ignorance, upahata has been lost. Atma Samvida, knowledge about the self, Tat, that is Mula, the root, Samsara, material bondage, Parishrama, full of miserable conditions and hard work, Atura, suffering, Yadrachya, by the Supreme Will, Upasrita, being favored by the Acharya, Yam, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Apnuyu, can achieve Vimukti, the process of liberation, Naha, above Paramaha, the Supreme Guru, spiritual Master Bhavan, your Lordship. Okay. Srila Prabhupada, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The king said, by the grace of the Lord, those who have lost their self-knowledge since time immemorial and who, because of this ignorance, are involved in a material conditional life full of miseries, obtain the chance to meet the Lord's devotee. I accept the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the Supreme Spiritual Master. Okay? So, those who have lost their self-knowledge. Upahata Atma Samvidaha. Okay, if you see the shloka. So, Sri Raja Vacha Anadi Avidya Upahata Atma Samvida. Upahata Atma Samvida means those who have lost their self-knowledge because of ignorance without beginning. Anadi Avidya. Okay. Avidya is ignorance, Anadi means because without beginning, Anadika, Avidya, and who because of this ignorance, Tadamula, because of this, what is the cause? Cause is, this ignorance is the cause, Tadamula, are suffering from fatigue and in the material world. So there is suffering and Sansara Parishrama Atura. They are suffering in this material world, parishrama, so much they are tired or fatigued. After obtaining the mercy of devotee, yadrachaya upsrita, when they get mercy of devotee, attain you, yam apnuyu, they attain you. To whom he is saying? Who is saying this? Satyavrata is saying to whom? To Lord Matsya, who give special liberation, vimuktida, and who then they attains you. And what is your qualities? You are vimuktida, you can give liberation. And who are, and also another quality is mentioning, you are Naha Paramo Guru Bhavan, you are the Supreme Guru who cuts the knot in the heart. There is no greater Guru, spiritual master than Krishna. Okay, Krishnam Bande Jagat Guru. Guru has got very important role in everyone's life, especially see when in the material life coach has so much importance in the life of a person, too much, but in spiritual life it is must. Okay, so even when Krishna personally came, you see, when Krishna came personally, that time Krishna and Balaram went to Gurukul, right? And they learned their, and they fulfilled, they pleased their spiritual master, and they fulfilled his desire. They asked, my dear spiritual master, Krishna Balaram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they themselves accepted a Guru. They don't need any Guru, they are the Supreme God, but they accepted to teach the public that Guru is needed in the life. Understand? So that is the thing. So they accepted Guru, they pleased him, they served him, they learned under his direction, under his guidance, and then they said, what we can give you in return? Guru Dakshina. Because no knowledge, Guru will never teach any spiritual knowledge for money or for any benefit. But disciple will not take any knowledge for just like that. There is a system of Guru Dakshina. They will request, my dear Guru, my dear spiritual master, please take some Guru Dakshina. What can we offer to you? Anyway, whatever we offer cannot equate whatever knowledge you gave to us. That Divya Gyan, transcendental knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His mercy, that transcendental knowledge you gave to us, what can we give in return? Nothing. Nothing is equal to that. But still, in order to please you, not to pay you back, so that no more, I paid you, you taught me, finished, like modern days education system. No. Not to pay you back, not to put a cost for your knowledge, but being grateful. Even though we cannot do anything for you, we are so insignificant, but still being grateful to you, we want to do something for you. So, please tell us what we can do. So that's the way disciple will ask Guru, and Guru will say, okay, you do this for me. That's also part of the education, that they should learn to be grateful to the Guru. Understand? So, Krishna and Balaram asked their Guru, Sandipni Muni. Sandipni Muni said, okay, I'll discuss with my wife and tell you. And then they discussed, and they said that this story anyway is there in detail in 10th canto. I am just bringing the point here. So they said, our son was dead for earlier, and then please bring him back. So they went to Prabhas Kshetra and they killed that Panchajanya demon, and all those things happened. And then later on they found it's not here. As Ocean said, that son is not with us. Maybe the demon ate, and then demon also they killed, and they did not find. Then they went to Yampuri, Yamaraj. And to Yamaraj, Krishna, Yamaraj said, my dear Lord, why you come here? You should have called me. I am your servant. Please tell me what is the order for me. So Krishna said, see, my Guru's son is there with you. Please return him back. Do not consider any karma, any reaction, any punishment, nothing. This is my Guru's son. I am telling, please give it back. Yamaraj gave. So Sandipni Muni became very happy here, so pleased with the service of Krishna and Balaram, and Sandipni Muni gave him blessing to Krishna, that because I am so pleased with you, this is my blessing, that whatever you will speak, it will remain for eternal time. You will be Jagat Guru. Whatever you will teach, the knowledge will remain eternally. Yugas, millennium after millennium, this knowledge will go on. Nobody can finish it. This knowledge will never be lost. Eternal knowledge. And that's what, when Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, it became eternal. Till today, people are following Bhagavad Gita. It is there. So, the point which I wanted to bring is, for what I have told the story, the point is here, Krishna is original personality of Godhead, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he do not need anybody's blessings. Anyway, whatever he will speak, it will be eternal, because Krishna himself is eternal, Nityam. He is the Supreme God. Whatever he wants, it will happen. Whole world is happening. Everything is happening out of his desire, as per his desire. So whatever he will speak, he do not need any blessings. But in order to show and teach us that what is the value of a Guru, he did all these things. And he, anyway, whatever he will speak, it will become eternal. But he gave the credit to his guru, Sandipni Muni. So that we can understand that, see, such are the glories of Guru. Even God is taking blessings from Guru. Okay. Purport. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is actually the Supreme Spiritual Master. The Supreme Lord knows everything about the suffering of the conditioned soul, and therefore he appears in this material world, sometimes personally, sometimes by an incarnation, sometimes by authorizing a living being to act on his behalf. Krishna knows everybody's pain and pleasure. He knows how Jiva is suffering, what are the karma, everything Krishna knows. In all cases, however, he is the original spiritual master. He comes in different manner to guide his devotee. But in all the cases, he is the original spiritual master who enlightens the conditioned souls who are suffering in the material world. The Lord is always busy helping the conditioned souls in many ways. Okay. Therefore, he is addressed as Paramo Guru Bhavan, the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead who acts to. So, Krishna is Paramo Guru Bhavan, Supreme Spiritual Master, and the representative of Krishna who acts to spread Krishna consciousness is also guided by the Supreme Lord to act properly in executing the Lord's order. So the people who are preaching the message of Krishna consciousness, the devotees who are spreading the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, they are also under the direct guidance of Krishna. Okay. Also guided by the Supreme Lord. And Krishna is guiding them how to act and how to execute the order given by Krishna. So even a preacher or a messenger, he should not think that he is the all in all. No, he should know Krishna is guiding me. And people should know that he is not a normal person. He is guided by directly from Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. He is the messenger, he is the preacher of Krishna consciousness. So he is directly under the guidance of Krishna. So don't take him lightly, because his direction, his suggestions, his guidance can change the life of a person. So because he is guided directly by Krishna, so we should accept him. We should accept his guidance, his teachings. Yeah, that can change our life. So such a person, a preacher, such a person may appear to be an ordinary human being. He may look like a normal human being. He will also eat, he will also sleep. And he won't be having like some big head or some 10 hands. Or no, he is normal. He may look like normal, ordinary human being, but because he acts on the behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Spiritual Master, he is not to be neglected as ordinary. He may look like ordinary person, but he is not an ordinary person. Why? Because he is directly under the guidance of Krishna. Okay. Sometime if you go to some government office, this person may look like direct normal person, but he has got the same power like Prime Minister, because he is under the guidance of Prime Minister. So if you say anything wrong to him, he will get so much punishment. He is not normal, he is a government man. Okay. So, same way, the preacher of Krishna consciousness is Krishna's man. It is therefore said, Acharyam Mam Vijaniyat. An Acharya who acts on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead should be understood to be as good as the Supreme Lord himself. Sakshat Daritvene Samasta Shastre Uktas Tatha Bhavyata Eva Shabdi Kintu Prabhuriya Priya Eva Tasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarvindam. This is Vishwanath Chakravarti. Daily morning we are reciting this verse in Guru Ashtakam. Okay. So actually the new devotees should start reciting this every day morning. Vishwanath Chakravarti, the spiritual master, acting on the spiritual Lord's behalf, must be worshipped as being as good as the Supreme Lord. So Guru, the spiritual master, should be worshipped as we worship Krishna. And what is the quality here of Guru? That he acts on behalf of Krishna's order. He is not giving his own order. He is not acting out of his mental speculation. He is just taking guidance from his previous acharya or his guru, or in that way directly connecting from Krishna. Okay, so Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is advising that he should be worshipped and given respect as good as the Supreme Lord. This person is. For he is the Lord's most confidential servant in broadcasting the Lord's message for the benefit of the conditioned souls involved in the material world. He is the most confidential servant of Krishna. Understand? And Krishna has given him that most secret knowledge. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that this is the topmost secret I am going to tell you. Okay, topmost secret. And that knowledge Krishna has given to this person, Guru. That most confidential knowledge. And what is the knowledge? The knowledge is to benefit the conditioned soul who is suffering in the material world. This knowledge is the topmost knowledge, topmost secret, and this knowledge can deliver the person from the suffering of material world. Janam Mrityu Jara Vyadhi, and three Adi Devik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Atma, three types of miseries, four types of problems. Person can be easily delivered from Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jatre Shanam. Again and again birth, death, and going into the different wombs. This all can be overtaken. All things can be resolved. Problems can be just thrown away. How? By the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. So this person, Guru, spiritual master, is given this knowledge. Krishna personally gave. He is directly under the guidance of Krishna, and he is broadcasting this message. So he is very confidential servant of Krishna, very closed person. We have to understand that. And we have to, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is saying that our Guru, we have to worship him same way as we worship Krishna. साक्षात् हरित्वेन समस्त शास्त्रे रुक्तस्तथा भाव्यते शब्दी किंतु प्रभुर्या प्रिय एव तस्या वंदे गुरु श्री चरणारविंदम. Okay, these 8 verses are very important for a sadhaka. Every day we should recite. Okay, so he is saying that Satyavrat Muni is saying that you, my dear Lord Matsya, you are the Supreme Guru, Vimuktida, you are the giver of liberation. Okay, so my dear Lord, you are Vimuktida, whom you give liberation to whom? Those person whose knowledge of Atma has been destroyed by ignorance, without beginning, who are suffering from fatigue in material existence, rooted in ignorance, and who have been given shelter by the chance, who have been given shelter by the chance mercy of devotee, yadrachaya. By the mercy of devotee, they got this chance to attain your mercy, so you give them liberation. So you should cut the knot in our heart, and this knot of material bondage. Please cut this knot. So the 7 sages, the teachers of bhakti, who have been merciful to me, are my gurus. Satyavrat Muni is saying. But you who have taught them bhakti are the supreme guru for me. These 7 sages, they are my guru, but you are supreme guru. You taught them this knowledge. Or when you appear according to the avatara, sometimes you are the guru of some, for some, and you are the supreme guru for others. This is understood because of the use of the word guru in each verse. Okay, so that's the point here, that Krishna is the supreme guru. Okay, 47 shloka. Okay. जनो बुधोऽयं निज कर्म बंधना सुखेच्छया कर्म समीहते सुखम यत् स्वेवयातां विधुनोति असन्मतिं ग्रन्थिं सविन्द्या दृढध्यां स न गुरो जना. The conditioned soul subjected to birth and death. Abuddha, most foolish because of accepting the body as the self. I am he. Nija karma bandhana. Accepting different bodily forms as a result of his sinful activities. Sukha ichhaya, desiring to be happy within this material world. Karma, fruit activities. Samihate, plans. Asukham, but it is for distress only. Yat sevya, by rendering service unto whom. Tam, the entanglement of karma, vidunoti, clears up. Asatmatim, the unclean mentality, accepting the body as a self. Granthim, hard not. Saha, his lordships, the supreme personality of God. Vindhya, being cut off. Hridayam, in the core of the heart. Saha, he, the Lord. Na, our Guru, the supreme, his spiritual master. Okay. जनो बुधो अयम निज कर्म बंधना सुखे क्षया कर्म समीहते सुखम यत् सेवया ताम विदुनोति असन्मतिं ग्रंथिम सविन्द्या दृढ़म सना गुरो. अबुधो जनः, foolish people. Abudho jana means foolish people bound by their own action. Nij karma bandhana. Okay, foolish people bound by their own actions. Nij karma bandhana. Perform, so when they are bound by their own actions, sukh ichchaya, why they are bound? Sukh ichchaya karma samiyate, they perform actions with a desire for happiness. Sukh ichchaya karma samiyate, why they are doing all the actions? With a desire for happiness. But what is there? Asukham, but those actions produce distress. They are doing all the actions for sukha ichchaya. All the karma samihate. Karma samihate means they are doing all the actions for sukha ichchaya. But what they are getting? Asukham. But you, Guru, you, by service to whom? Yat sevaya. You, by serving you, yat sevaya, by serving to you, foolish people destroy those desires. Tam vidnoti, those desires. Those desires which they have, and because of those desires they do lot of actions and get into bound. Nija karma bandhana, they get into that bondage, but still they do not get happiness, they get only asukham. So if those people will do yat sevya, your seva, your service render to you, then these foolish people, what will happen to them? Tam vidnoti, their ignorance or their distress or their desires, these desires, sukha ichcha, will be destroyed. Vidunoti, destroyed. So these people, what they should do? Na hridayam sagranthim vindya. So should destroy the ignorance in our hearts. Okay, so my dear Lord, you please destroy the ignorance in our heart. You are the Supreme Guru. If these materialistic people having so many material desires, they serve you, all the desires can be vidnoti, can be destroyed. So my dear Guru, he is accepting him as Guru, as a spiritual master. So my dear Lord, you should destroy the ignorance in our hearts. Nah hridayam sagranthim bhindayat. Bhindayat means you destroyed. What? The grantham. So this ignorance please destroy, and this is asad matim. This ignorance is this causes false conception. Okay, like that. So Prabhupada is translating that in hopes of becoming happy in this material world, the foolish conditioned soul performs fruitive activities that result only in suffering. Out of ignorance, many people are doing many things with a desire to be happy, but ultimately they are getting suffering only. But by rendering service to the Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one becomes free from such false desires for happiness. The desire for happiness, one get free from that desire only, because that out of that desire only one is doing a lot of activities and getting ultimately suffering. So when we serve Krishna, that desire is this very practical thing is being spoken here in Srimad Bhagavatam. Very practical thing. As we start serving Krishna, that's as soon as we start serving Krishna, immediately our desire for this material happiness is gone. So, may my spiritual master, you, my dear Lord, my dear spiritual master, cut the knot of false desires from the core of my heart. This desire for false happiness, or this knot of false desire, Satyavati is saying, knot of false desire, please cut it. Vindhyat, finish it. That's our prayer here. Very important. So by rendering service unto you, one can get rid of false material desires and efforts for material happiness. That's the summary of this shloka. That if one serves Krishna, then one will get free, get rid of these false material desires. These false material desires causes us to do material efforts. So if we serve Krishna, no more false material desires, only desire to serve Krishna, and then we act only on the spiritual platform, and then we make ourselves progress faster and faster towards Krishna. Prabhupada is saying in purport that for material happiness, the conditioned soul involves himself in fruitive activities which actually put him into material desires. Because the conditioned soul does not know this, he is said to be in avidya or ignorance. Because of false hope for happiness, the conditioned soul becomes involved in various plans for material activities. Here Maharaj Satyavrata prays that the Lord sever this hard knot of false happiness and thus become his spiritual master. Okay, so Satyavati Muni is saying that except for you, there is no way of being delivered. Except Krishna, nobody can deliver me. Krishna or his bona fide spirit representative. Nobody else can deliver me. The Jiva performs, living entity performs actions with a desire for happiness. Everyone. Even a small child takes ice cream for happiness. Person gets married for happiness. Person joins job for happiness. Builds house for happiness. Everything one is doing for happiness. By which everyone are performing actions with the desire for happiness. But ultimately they get asukham. But if they serve Krishna, they will get free from that desire itself of that happiness. So there is no point of getting asukham, distress. Okay, so that ignorance sitting in the heart is causing me to desire for material false happiness. So Krishna can completely destroy that ignorance only. That's the point here. 48. Okay. Yat seva yagnir iva rudra rodanam puman vijahayan malam atmanastamaha bhajeta varnam nijam esha so aveyo bhuyat sa isha parmo gurur guruhu. Okay, 48 shloka. Yat sevaya, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by serving whom Agnehe, in touch with fire, Iva, as it is Rudra Rodhanam, a block of silver or gold becomes purified. Kuman, a person, Vijahayat, can give up Malam, all the dirty things of material existence, Atmanaha, of oneself. Tamaha, the mode of ignorance by which one performs pious and impious activities. Bhajeta may receive varnam, his original identity. Nijam, one's own. Esha sahi avya, inexhaustible. Bhuyat, let him become. Saha hi Isha, the Supreme Personality of God. Parama, the Supreme Guru, the spiritual master of all other spiritual masters. Okay, so just as gold ore gives up its impurities by fire, Agnehe Rudra Rodhanam Iva, the Jiva will give up his ignorance. Okay. One who wants to be free of material entanglement should take to the service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and give up the contamination of ignorance involving pious and impious activities. Both type of things are contaminating. Thus one regains his original identity, just as a block of gold or silver sheds all dirt and becomes purified when treated with fire. May that inexhaustible Supreme Personality of Godhead become our spiritual master, for he is the original spiritual master of all other spiritual masters. Okay, so just as the gold blocks gives up its impurities by fire, Agnihe Rudra Rodhanamiva, the Jiva will give up his ignorance. Puman Vijayat Atmana Tamomalam. Jiva also similarly will give up Jiva's ignorance. How? Yat Sevaya, same thing, by serving you, Krishna. And what will happen? Bhajeta Nijam Varnam, and attains his Swarupa. Nijam Varnam, he will attain his own Swarupa. May that Supreme Unchanging Lord, Saha Abhayo Isha, that same Supreme Lord, Saha Abhayo Isha, the same Abhayo, unchanging Lord, Isha, the Supreme Lord, the Supreme Guru, Paramo Guru, that's be our Guru, Guru Bhuya. May he become my Guru. Okay, so Jiva can give up its ignorance. Previous sloka, ignorance is being talked about. Jiva's ignorance. So Jiva can give up its ignorance by serving you. How? Like the way gold gives up its impurities in fire. Okay, it will make sense. Purport. In human life, one is meant to undergo austerity, to purify one's existence. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattum suddhayet. Okay, human life is meant for austerity. Because of contamination by the modes of material nature, one continues in the cycle of birth and death. Karanam guna sangosya sadasadyoni janmasu. Because of these three modes of material nature, one continues in this Janam and Mrityu cycle. Therefore, Prabhupada is saying in purport, therefore the purpose of human life is to purify oneself of this contamination so that one can regain his spiritual form and not undergo this cycle of birth and death. These three modes of contamination is there. Because of that only we are doing again birth and death, Punarabhi Jannam, Punarabhi Marnam. And so the point is that because of this thing, because we are under the three modes of material nature, we are contaminated by material modes of nature, so we are suffering again and again. So our goal becomes that we should come out, we should get free, we should make ourselves free of this contamination, and then we will regain our spiritual form and we will no more go under this birth and death cycle. This is real freedom. Okay, Independence Day is coming. People are enthusiastic about the Independence Day. But real independence, real freedom is this. Because we are completely bound, okay, by these ropes of three modes of material nature. Yeah. So freedom is to regain our own spiritual form. That's the real freedom. The recommended process of decontamination or getting this freedom is devotional service to the Krishna, the Lord. There are various processes for self-realization, such as, so the process is knowing Krishna, serving Krishna, and devotional service to Krishna. There may be many self-realization. The process for self-realization, Prabhupada saying like Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, but none of them is equal to the process of devotional service. As gold and silver can be freed from all dirty contamination by being put into a fire, but not merely by being washed. Just to wash, no. To pure, to throw the impurities out from gold or silver, it has to go into fire. The living entity can be awakened to his own identity by performing devotional service, yat sevya, by not karma, jnana or yoga. By serving Krishna, one can attain his own identity. Cultivation of speculative knowledge or practice of yogic gymnastics will not be helpful. So many people doing so many exercises, yoga and all this thing will not help. Speculative knowledge will not have, fruitive activities will not help. Sorry. Karma, devotional service to Krishna will help only. The word Varnam refers to the luster of one's original identity. And here it is said, Bhajeta Nijam Varnam. Jiva attains his original Swarupa. So the word Varnam refers to the luster of one's original identity. The original luster of gold or silver is brilliant. Similarly, the original luster of the living being, who is part of the Satchit Anand Vigraha, part and parcel of Krishna, is the luster of Ananda or pleasure. Okay, this is the original, and like gold having its own shining brilliance. So, living entity's luster is Ananda or pleasure. Anandamayo Vyasa. Every living entity has the right to become Anandamaya, joyful, because he is part of Sachidanand Vigraha. Krishna. Everyone wants to be Anandamaya, blissful, and everybody has a right to be blissful. Okay, because everyone is the part and parcel of Krishna. Why should the living being be put into tribulation because of dirty contamination of the material modes of nature? So everyone want to be happy and blissful, but still they are suffering. Why? Because they are influenced, they are contaminated by three modes of material nature. Okay, so the living entity should become purified now and regain his Swarupa, his original identity. Then he will be again Anandamaya. Every one of us seeking Ananda or not? We are seeking Ananda, right? We want happiness. Everyone wants happiness. Every activity we do, we are seeking happiness, but we are not getting happiness. Why? Because we are under the modes of material nature. So every activity is under that, so we are suffering. So we have to come out of this contamination of material modes of nature, and then we will regain our original Swarupa, and then we will be Anandamaya. But this can be possible only, this he can do only by devotional service. Shravanam Kirtanam. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Therefore, one should adopt the instructions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is described here as the Guru, the spiritual master of all other spiritual masters. Even though we may not have the fortune to contact the Supreme Lord personally, we may not be able to contact Supreme God personally. How? Arjuna got the direct association of Krishna, but we may not get. The Lord's representative is as good as the Lord himself, because such a representative does not say anything unless it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of God, Krishna. So we may say, how I will go and take guidance from Krishna? So the representative of Krishna, the bona fide representative of Krishna, is as good as God only, because he does not speak anything from his own mental speculation. He will not speak anything unless it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavad Gita as it is, that's what Prabhupada said, as it is. The way Krishna spoke, the same thing I am also publishing. Same thing, Bhagavad Gita as it is. Why Prabhupada gave as it is? Because many other versions was there which are not exactly what Krishna is saying. They are like kind of lot of impurities in that. So no alteration, no nothing, no addition, as it is. Okay. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore gives a definition of Guru. So who can be Guru? Yara dekha targa Krishna upadesh. The bona fide Guru is he who advises his disciple exactly in accordance with the principles spoken by Krishna. He just says what Yara dekha targa Krishna upadesh. Ha ha. Whomever you meet, whomever you see, tell them Krishna Upadesh, not your own Upadesh. Tell them Krishna Upadesh. What Krishna said, that you teach them. This is Mahaprabhu's idea. The bona fide Guru is he who has accepted Krishna as Guru. This is the Guru Parampara system. The original Guru is Vyasadeva because he is the speaker of Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, wherein everything is spoken relates to Krishna. Okay, so Vyasadeva is in that way, Vyasadeva can be the original Guru because he only written all those things. So therefore Guru Puja is known as Vyas Puja. In the final analysis, the original Guru is Krishna. His disciple is Narada, whose disciple is Vyasa, and in this way we gradually come in touch with the Guru Parampara. One cannot, so ISKCON is in the Guru Parampara of Brahma, Narada, Vyasa and like that. Okay, Madhvacharya and like that. Okay, so we also, that's why Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita, after introduction, Prabhupada gave the name of 32 Acharya, that I belong to this bona fide parampara. So I think that only in the ISKCON Bhagavad Gita you will find this list, that this writer or commentator or the author is connected to this bona fide parampara. Otherwise you will not get this. Only bona fide person can say that I am passed out from such institute. So one cannot become a guru if he does not know what the personality of Godhead, Krishna or his incarnation wants. If one is not a bona fide one, he will not know what Krishna's desire is. Okay, that's why one should be only in the, one should accept Guru only from the bona fide parampara. The mission of the Guru is the mission of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. What Krishna wants, that everywhere one should be devotee. What Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants, everyone should chant Hare Krishna. So in that parampara, what his disciple, what the person should say, same thing. So that's why the Guru's mission is the mission of Krishna, same mission. It's not like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna says follow my instruction, Mahaprabhu said follow Krishna's instruction. So same thing, na? Prabhupada saying follow Krishna's instruction. So Guru is Krishna saying, because he is God, so he is saying follow my instruction, and Guru is saying follow Krishna's instruction, Krishna Upadesh. So in this way, bona fide spiritual master is that who follows the instruction of Krishna or the previous acharyas. And our life can be successful only by surrendering or serving Krishna and taking guidance from Krishna. And if we are not able to directly go and approach Krishna, then the bona fide representative of Krishna, who is Guru, the spiritual master. Okay, so that's the point here. Okay, so one should not claim that one can destroy ignorance by knowledge. Only by service to you, one should not claim that one can destroy ignorance by knowledge, but one only by service to you, Krishna, the Jiva, can destroy his contamination of ignorance. Service is very important, not only the knowledge. Service, serve to Guru. We should ask, my dear Guru Maharaj, how I can serve you. Somehow or other we should serve Guru. Serving is very powerful. Vaishnava Seva, Guru Seva. Okay, so that can service to Guru, when we to serve our Guru, it can destroy all the contamination of ignorance, just as silver or gold gives up its impurities by fire. Okay, yad arodit tad rudrasya rudratvam yad ashru ashriyate tad rajatam hiranyam abhavat. Shruti says that since he cried out at birth, he is called Rudra. The tears that dropped became silver and gold. Krishna. So our gives up this gold gives up its impurities by contact with fire, but not by washing. Okay. And similarly, by jnana and other process, the jiva does not give up his impurities. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Any question is there, you can ask. The shloka number 49 we shall do tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Any question?